Alright, welcome back to my mid channel. Today we're, I don't know, I figured we'd bring back the tier list thing. I'm talking about this on stream, but oh my god, okay. But yeah, we got the Legends EA megas because, I figured I did a mega tier list, but I didn't do any of the new ones. Gotta keep knocking over my mic, you can probably hear all that. We just add a row below. Let's add an F tier. Now, if I can, now this is gonna be in no particular order apparently because I don't know. We'll start with this. The Mega Raichu. Is this X or Y? I think this is X. Genuinely, I think this is like the most mid thing ever. I feel like they're just trying to. I feel like they're choosing all the wrong mascots to represent the new Megas. Like when I first saw Mega Dragonite, spoiler alert, because I thought this was gonna be like, oh, all the new Megas are gonna suck. But no, they were just choosing some of the wrong ones to show off. I'll put this in like, I'll be real. I don't think the colors mesh well in this one. I'll put it in like a D. This feels like more of a Mega Pikachu. This feels like they wanted to do Mega Pikachu, but they couldn't, so they just did Mega Raichu. But it's still, in essence, Mega Pikachu. Now, this one's more of a B. This just has a more simple but to the point and fun design. The colors blend a lot more. This was just too busy. And this also keeps the more traditional Pikachu look. This one looks fucking demonic with its facial expression. I don't know if I dig that. Clefable? Clefable's a Pokemon that I notoriously just don't really like all that much. I think they did this pretty good. They finally made it its own thing. This can go into B tier. I think the fairy wings and the little bun head or whatever. I don't know. Is that a hat? I think it's fun. Um, Mega Victory Bell. This is one of the better ones that they advertised because it's just funny. It feels like they're doing it Alolan Executor, where hey, just look, we didn't do much with the design, but look at it. You can't help but laugh at the little guy. Still a B tier though, because they didn't really do much. Mega Starmie. This is like the top of my list for like, oh, this thing's definitely fake. Because I mean, so many of these new ones already look like fan designs. But this one, when I saw the leaks, I was like, yeah, no, they didn't just stretch their existing model. No, they wouldn't do that. And they did. This thing's being memed to death, and it deserves it. Fuck you. F for fuck you. Mega Dragonite, it's growing on me, but it's always been like, I don't know, feels like they didn't do enough. There was a split, like, the internet was split on this one because it was like, oh, why do you want it to be so mean? It's like, I don't want it to be mean. Dragonite's never been mean. He's always been just friendly little guy in giant dragon body, and that's been his appeal. But I feel like they just should have done more. I'll be real. This is one of those designs where I feel like if they made it blue like Dragonair, that would have tied it together. Like this is a almost Meganium-esque design where it feels like it's just missing something. Too much bare skin. It's all right though. I'll give it like a B. So far, most of these are Bs. Meganium. In game, in game, this looks all right, but it's still just it's the same thing with Dragonite, where like it feels like they just glued stuff on instead of making the design better. Now, Mega Feraligatr. Feraligator's my son. I gotta say, they did pretty good with this one. I've never, I never hated on the Druddigon leaks, but I mean, I think this angle doesn't do him much justice. But when it's close and he's just a big Totodile, and also you just see him in game waddling about, I think it looks a bit better. This is an A tier. Mega Skarmory. Skarmory's another one of my favorite Pokemon, mostly because it's one of the few good things we got out of Johto. That's my opinion though. This is S tier. They just made it gold and I don't know. This feels like a Mega Charizard X job where they changed the color and they made its features sharper and called it a day, and I think it works. Now, Mega Frostlass. This thing, I don't know. It feels like they didn't change much, but it's just C tier. This is just Elsa at this point. Um, Mega Embor. I haven't had much time to look at this one. This feels like another one where they kind of just glued stuff on instead of making it its own design. B tier. Not too many feelings towards it. Excadrill. When I first saw this one in the game, I thought it was kind of mid, but it's grown on me pretty fast, and now it's an A tier. Definitely, we're not doing ordered tiers, but if we were, it would be behind the Gator. I like it is now. Now, Scolipede. Keep in mind, these are Mega Evolutions, so I overall rate them harsher. Like, if these were normal Pokemon, they'd all probably be a tier higher than they are. Heck, some might even be 2 tiers higher. Scolipede. Scolipede, I did not know what they were going to do for this Mega, but I kind of like that they just made it... I don't know, I kind of like how they just made it like an armored beast. I don't know, I feel like it just kind of works. And, you know, just putting armor for the... Putting, like, what appears to be steel armor, even though it doesn't get the steel type, I don't think, on a poisonous creature is perfect to represent the Rust Syndicate. Low S tier. Now we got Scrafty. I almost said Scraggy. I always get those two confused. This is... they did just give it like a white hoodie, but I feel like that works. I don't know. It's like that's part of the big thing with Pokemon is sometimes just the little things carry designs. Like Blastoise is just a turtle, but the two cannons are what make him amazing. But they're just a little part of his design, and yet we all love him, including me. I'm not throwing shade at Blastoise. I'm just using him as an example. This is like an A tier. This is I'll be real, the leaks made me think he was going to look like a clan member, but, you know, good thing that he doesn't. Electros. This is going to be one of the ones where, when I learn the lore about it, I'm going to like it more, because Pokemon designs are always pretty deep. Like, Barbaracle had a whole thing going for him. I'll probably link the Loxton and Noggin video in the back of this, so that you, maybe when you're done watching this, you can actually watch some content that had effort put into it. And, but because like right now, I don't really know what I'm looking at. It feels like they just kind of gave it arms that are also heads, but are also mouths. I don't know, and I'm not sure if I like how pale it is in comparison to the main body, but it's like a B tier. Chandelure. My god, this is like... In general, I don't think there's much you can do with Chandelure as a Mega. It's a pretty complete design. But my god, they just expanded it. They just gave it, like, more candles. They just made it a bigger chandelier. Like, you guys couldn't... It's like, this is the thing. I don't have any ideas for what they could have done instead. But you know what else you could have done? You could have just given the Mega to someone else. Like... This is just a bigger chandelier. They didn't do anything to it. They just expanded it. This is like the Mega Venusaur sort of thing, where it's just bigger plant. This is just a bigger lamp. Mega Chestnut. I'll be real. If you asked me like a month or two ago, I would have said like C tier. But that's because I don't know. Like I said, they're having a habit of showing off their worst shit first. Because in the Pokemon Presents, I swear we got like no good angles of this thing. And then as soon as we got the good angles, I'm like, hold on. Mega Chestnut's kind of fire. He kind of looks like Asgore in his own little way. I don't know. It's S tier. It's fucking phenomenal. Delphox, another one of my children. You guys know which ones are my children if you've tuned into the streams because they're on screen the entire time. Delphox is also S tier. I'm so glad finally did her justice. They just made her. They took the stick, made it a broom, but instead of the back of the broom being, a back of the broom, it's like fire. I know it's cool. Also, it's basically I've barely tapped my toes into the new metagame, but you don't want Showdown. But this thing basically just feels like a better Mega Alakazam, and you know what? Good. I like Alakazam, but fuck you, my daughter's better. Greninja, this is just... Greninja has like the Chandelure thing where it feels like it was already a pretty complete design. Like, what do you do with that? And even with Ash Greninja, I was like, yeah, the original's better. But, I think what they did all right. I like the idea of him upside down, just staring at you like a ninja, and it's like a helicopter shuriken blade. But the design on like the body leaves a lot to be desired. I think this goes in like B tier. I don't know. Probably another one that over time is gonna move up for me. This fuck Pyroar. Um, I think in the game it looked all right, but here it kind of I don't know. It's kind of like a Chandelier thing again, where they just made it bigger. They made the main more busy. They kind of just busy fight it. But honestly, I think this does that a bit better, but like barely. I'll put this in D. I don't know. I feel like they at least tried. Mega Floette. This is not a good angle of it, so I'm. But like, from what I remember in the game, it looked all right. I'll just put B tier. I don't know. It feels like they just made the. I don't know. Mega Malamar, my best friend Malamar, my best friend Mega Malamar, my best friend, best buddy, Mega, best Mega friend Malamar. We got a. I like the whole like spinning, like hypnotic thing it has, like where it spins its arms and it leaves the trail, and it's kind of hypnotic. And it also has like the Einstein brain. But overall, it feels like again they didn't really do much. It was like I feel like there's not much that they could have done, but I feel like they still should have done more. This is a B tier. If we were ordering the tiers, this one would be like towards the top. Barbarical. I don't know. This feels like a problem that only I have with it, but it looks flat. Like when I first encountered this thing in the game, I swear Mega Barbarical, it just looked flat. Like it looked like a cardboard cutout of a Barbarical. I don't know. It's just I don't know. Rock fighting gets it some points though. Rock fighting is based as fuck. Um, Although admittedly I am a bit skeptical at losing my stab with the water move since but also like if you're gonna gain stab, rock's a good type to gain stab for since it's super effective against a lot of shit. I mean not rock fighting. Um I'll be real, I put this in like C tier. Feels like another one where they were like, oh shoot, we need more megas for this game. So they kind of just made this and it's perfect that's next to Mega Frostlass because they're basically the same thing, just bigger. Mega Dragalge? I don't. This is. I can't fucking see this. Do I have to turn off dark mode for this? Here, give me a second. Mega Dragal. Mega Dragalge. Yeah, here, sure. Let's go to IGN. Let's see this thing. There you go. There's a good picture of it. It's all right. It's just oh, again, Mega Chandelier, or no, this is more of a Mega Pyro situation. They kind of just made everything bigger and busier. D tier. Mega Halucha. This thing's kind of the shit. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's just I kind of love it. Not gonna lie. This just looks. It looks pretty badass. My only issue with it is more of a nitpick. Where, although admittedly it's a pretty big nitpick, I'm a big guy for like color coordination in designs. Like I feel like if your colors aren't coordinated, then it's just ugly to look at. And I feel like the gold doesn't mesh well with the green. I feel like this would be S tier if the green inner lining of the wings was also like sparkly gold. But no, you get capped at A tier. Mega Zygarde, I'll be real, I did not fucking think this was gonna happen. Like I know we have Mega Rayquaza, another one where it's like putting fucking braces on the Infinity Gauntlet. Like you don't need the boost. But they did it. Again, this is a pretty big one, so I'm just gonna pull this up on another tab again. There it is. IGN, my beloved. Okay. Yeah, I think they did it pretty good. It looks pretty flat in this image. What the fuck? Okay. I think my only issue is that the body isn't like armored up enough. I know that like all the armor went to the cannon, but still, it feels a bit naked. um, yeah, when I first saw this thing, which was of course in the game, I was a bit unimpressed, you know, like because again it's sort of another one that was just like the leaks. But you know what? This is one of the ones where once I saw it in action, like actually firing the gun, I was like, okay, yeah, this is pretty cool. You're fine. Put you in A tier. And Drampa, again, I feel like I can't see these. These are all too small. Maybe I'm just Unk now. Drampa. Okay, IG. Yep, algorithm already knows I'm going for IGN. Why did this have to go so hard? Actually, I never would have guessed that they were gonna go to Alola for some of the megas. Although we probably should have. Like, well, yeah, there's a whole other generation, like five other ones before Gen 6 and Gen 6 itself. Alola also just hasn't been touched in ages. But like I feel like they went almost too hard on what I consider to be a mostly forgettable but fun Pokemon. No, this is another A tier, and finally Phalanx. I think okay, this one gets a lot of hate, but let me just hang on. Again, going back to IGN. Just give me a second. Mega Phalanx. So yeah, see, look, here's the thing though, right? If you hate this, then why do you like the original? It's already been like a cluster of multiple things. So it just like turning into like a Megazord type battle armor shit, it makes sense. It's like it makes sense. Sort of like how Magnemite going into Magneton makes sense. Like they stick together. And I think we know with the little as simple as a concept as this is, I think they executed it pretty well. Like the big forehead spike on the lead one is the sword, and then like they have a cool shield that also kind of looks like a hat for this one, and this middle one right here is kind of struggling under the weight. I think they managed to fit in a lot of character into this little thing. I think my only issue is that too many of the eyes are prevalent. Like if you were really gonna go the full like Megazord route, I think the eyes on the bottom should have like turned off and their consciousness combines or something, if that makes sense. I don't know. We're finishing this off with one last A tier. All right, y'all take it. The test is gonna be next week. Study this well. If you fail the test, I will personally, I mean personally, come to your house and eat all your food.